People in hard-hit Kentucky picking up the pieces this morning after a series of tornadoes throughout the Midwest devastated not only this state, but 5 others. Welcome to the second hour of American Agenda. I'm Bob Self.
And I'm Heather Childers. Amid the tragedy, though, many are coming together to help out in any way they can during this incredibly difficult time. Let's bring in Pastor Stephen Boykin. He's the lead pastor at His House Ministries in Mayfield, Kentucky. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us. I know you're very busy helping folks out right now. One thing I did want to ask you specifically about is this candle factory there near Mayfield. I understand at least 8 people were killed there at that candle factory. You were there pulling people out of the wreckage, trying to rescue folks. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's good to talk to you today, Bob and Heather. Actually, I was there. I had the opportunity to be there, but there were a lot of heroes there. Some wore uniforms, some did not. I just was thankful to get to be there. I had a person who called me from the company. I was a chaplain there as well as pastor here, and we just went and tried to find those that were in need. We didn't know how bad it was. I left in a pair of tennis shoes and joggers with a rain jacket on. If I would have known, I would have had boots and jeans. And unfortunately, when we got there, the devastation was significant. It was definitely a tragedy. We found people just underneath, pinned under walls, and I was so thankful as people came together. There's one lady asked me to come down, just hold her hand and pray with her. And so I worked just to try to comfort her and encourage her. And, you know, fortunately, before the night was out, after I'd gotten out of that particular place, there were 3 or 4 other lines of rescue efforts. I got to see her again and just get there with her and encourage her one more time. And I was thankful for all of those local heroes, those rescue workers that were there. Just working to make the day better, to help out. And it was a difficult thing. We started there about 9:30, and I think we got home 3:30, 4 a.m., something like that. But we knew, I knew I had men from my church that came, and I'm so proud of them. And, you know, not everybody that they pulled out made it. And I know a lot of us have the pains, you know, of when we watched people that are no longer with us. It's heartbreaking. It's a tragedy. But we knew we had to respond with generosity, and people have supported us with such kindness. I mean, with just a few short hours, within 4 hours, we had hot meals. None of us had power. I think estimates said about 28,000 people were without power to begin with. But within a short amount of time, we were able to come together and get hot meals and just serve our community. We have just a desire that in this time that seems dark, that there is a light in the darkness. And so we've just been working together to offer people hope. It's right before Christmas, and, you know, a lot of people are probably wondering why. And I don't know the why, but I do know the what, that we have an opportunity to help and encourage and just give hope in a dark situation. We've been out today delivering generators, even helping set those up and making sure that those are getting put in correctly. People are still without power. The water tower collapsed. It's a significant loss. We are all about going out into our community and not just being the church. You think about the idea of church, and a lot of people think of a building, but the word actually is ecclesia, the called out ones, or people when they assemble together. And so what we've wanted to do is be the church. It's not about building. There are 5 or 6 churches in our community that no longer have a structure or facility, but yet they've been serving. People have lost their homes, and they're still going out helping.
Yeah,
and
Pastor,
so we're just glad that we can be a small part of that. And yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, how are people dealing with this emotionally, psychologically, and how are you getting through it? Because I'm sure a lot of people turn to you.
You know, this is one of those things, you know, as you know, we love people. We love God, we love people. We want to teach other people to do the same thing. And so we have that hope, but on any given day as a pastor, you have somebody in the church who's celebrating a newborn baby or a career advancement, and on the other side of the church, somebody got a diagnosis with cancer. It's very difficult to do. So this is something we do as leaders in our community, and there are many churches and many pastors that have been doing the same thing. But ultimately coming together, just inspiring hope and communicating that there is still a light in the darkness and pointing people to the direction, because it's Christmas, and sometimes we think Christmas is about stuff, but you know, it's about more than that. What matters, your family and your values. And we're going to find out that in this next few weeks, we're going to have a long-term commitment. We've got trauma counselors here that are coming in. I've had 5 or 6 teams reach out to us. We've had from all around the country, people just want to give and support and in a great way. We actually, as a church, are partnering with several businesses, and we're actually going to pay for all of the funerals of everybody that lost as a church and a ministry, and with those business owners that are partnering with us, because we just want to offer hope in this time. And everybody's like, are you talking about the ones in your church? No, I'm talking about all of the people in our city and community that were lost from this tragedy.
That's
They were
wonderful.
generous people. They want to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
We are partnering with them, and we're going to cover those funerals because it's important. They need comfort. We all need comfort.
They sure do. And, you know, it's not just Kentucky that's dealing with this. I mean, the stories that are coming out
Yes,
about,
ma'am.
you know, the folks who
Yeah.
did lose their lives. I know there in Kentucky, the youngest was just 2 months old.
Yeah.
The parents tried to shelter their baby.
Sure.
And they couldn't. And then you had this 9-year-old little girl who was
Yeah.
swept up in the tornado, and her mother is still dealing with catastrophic injuries of her own. And you said, you know, it's right here at Christmas time. What do you say to those folks when they do ask you, as a pastor, why?
You know, when people ask why, you know, we point people toward the hope we have in Christ. And that tells us that we're just passing through this world, and we all have something in common, and it's not just taxes. You know, we all have a time when this life is over, and we hope that we've left a legacy of love. And so while we can't always explain the why, we offer the hope that when we put our faith and trust in Him, that we'll see those loved ones again. And I know that's difficult to hear. You know, grief is like a tsunami at first. These waves come at us, and we're suffocating. But in just a short time, they subside, and then they come again. And so that's why we commit long-term to walk through things with people. I heard a saying, we've actually got a prayer vigil tonight at 6 p.m. Grief shared is half grief. And so tonight we're going to come together because sometimes the only way through is together. So we're going to come together and just share and remember. We're going to have a candlelight service. Some local leaders, officials, pastors, people in our community are just going to come together, remember those that we've lost, and just spend time together, mourning, grieving, and hopefully just experience the comfort that comes through that type of season together.
Well, Pastor Stephen Boykin, thank you so much, sir, and keep letting your light shine and doing the good work and spreading the word because you're obviously being bestowed with that honor and responsibility. And thank you so much for joining us, sir, and the best of luck to you and your community.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.